In this video, we're going to look at the model of perfect competition. Perfect competition is one of several models used to characterize market structures. Supply and demand is the model of perfect competition. Here are the basic assumptions of this type of market structure. First, there are many buyers and many sellers of the good. Each buyer and each seller is small relative to the size of the market. No buyer or seller can affect the market by the size of their purchase or size of their production. Buyers and sellers take the going market price as a given, acting as price takers. The market price is determined by the interactions of all buyers and all sellers of the good. The market price is determined by the market supply and market demand curve, or in other words, where quantity demanded equals quantity supplied, there will be an equilibrium price, and every buyer and every seller in this market will take that equilibrium price as a given. Second assumption, firms produce identical products. Each firm's good is a perfect substitute for another firm's good. One firm's cucumber or one firm's carrot is indistinguishable from another firm's cucumber or carrot. If a firm tried to charge more than the going market price, consumers could buy the exact same product for less from other firms who are selling at the going market price. The third assumption is there are no barriers to entry or exit in this market. It is relatively easy to start a business in a perfectly competitive market. There are no regulations, permits, licenses, or production technologies that might make it very costly for a firm to enter this market. Firms will enter markets when it is profitable to do so. Firms will leave or exit markets when profits are insufficient. So let's look at the main graphs in this market structure. So this is a perfectly competitive market here for carrots. There's a downward sloping demand curve and an upward sloping supply curve for carrots. And as we learned before, equilibrium occurs where quantity demanded equals quantity supplied, and that's at 5 million pounds of carrots. And the price per pound here, the equilibrium price is $2. So the market demand slopes downwards. The equilibrium price is $2, and the equilibrium quantity is 5 million pounds. Now let's look at a representative firm, representative carrot farmer in this market. So here's a carrot farmer. This is just one of many. And this carrot farmer takes this equilibrium price as a given. So if we take this $2 and bring it across, what we have is the carrot farmer's demand curve. This is the demand curve facing the carrot farmer. So the firm's demand curve, the carrot farmer's demand curve, is going to be horizontal at the equilibrium price. We might also refer to it as a perfectly elastic demand curve. So a little bit more about the carrot farmer's demand curve here. So again, the farmer here does not set price. It takes this $2 in this case as a given. The firm can sell all its carrots at the going market price of $2 per pound. No reason for this carrot farmer to lower the price to try to sell more. So regardless of how much this carrot farmer harvests, the carrot farmer will be able to sell as much as he or she produces at this $2 per pound. The firm will sell nothing if it tries to charge more than $2 per pound. So any price above $2 per pound gets us off this carrot farmer's demand curve, and the quantity sold will be zero. Again, as we argued before, why would people want to buy carrots for more than the going market price of $2? The firm's output, this is in hundreds compared to millions that we're using in the marketplace, is small compared to the market output. All right, you'll notice next to this firm's demand curve, this carrot farmer's demand curve, I have MR. That's going to represent marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is just an increase in total revenue from selling one more unit. So marginal revenue is the perfectly competitive firm's demand curve. This is not going to be true in other market structures like monopoly. So marginal revenue equals price. In perfect competition, marginal revenue equals price. Every time the farmer sells one more pound of carrots, the farmer's revenue increases by $2. which is just a market price per pound. All right, we're going to add one more curve now in this diagram here for the farmer, and that's going to be the MC curve, or marginal cost curve, which just shows the increase in total cost from producing one more unit of the good, in this case one more pound of carrots. So in terms of profit maximization, the farmer will produce where its demand curve intersects the marginal cost curve. Profit maximization requires producing where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, or since marginal revenue equals price, we can also write this condition as price equals marginal cost. If marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost, so anywhere the marginal revenue curve, the demand curve, is above the marginal cost curve, it makes sense to keep producing more units of output. Why? The added revenue from selling one more unit exceeds the added cost. So you want to keep producing more units. Again, anywhere marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost, or visually here, where this demand curve, marginal revenue curve, is greater or lies above the marginal cost curve. On the other hand, if marginal revenue is less than marginal cost, the added revenue from selling one more unit is less than the added cost. So this would reduce your profit. So you don't want to be in this range here. You'd want to produce fewer units of output. So again, that will occur where the marginal cost curve intersects marginal revenue. We don't want to be in that region. We're adding more to the firm's costs than revenue, so our profits would be falling if we're producing in this region. So the ideal amount of output then, the profit maximizing amount of output, occurs at this level of output here, 600 pounds of carrots. That's where MR equals MC. So let's add one more cost curve in this diagram. This is going to be the average cost, the cost per pound of carrots. And what we're going to look at here is actually calculating the farmer's profit. So as we established, the farmer's going to sell 600 pounds. That's just where MR equals MC, or price equals marginal cost. So that's 600 pounds of carrots. And the farmer will sell those carrots at $2 per pound. Total revenue is price times quantity. So that's just going to be 2 times 600, or $1,200. At 600 pounds, the farmer's average cost of production is $1.40 per pound. How did I find that? I took this 6 and I plugged it into the average cost curve, and I came across and I found that I found this $1.40. With these two numbers here, we can back into total cost. Total cost is simply average cost times quantity. So $1.40 times 600 gives a total cost of producing 600 pounds of carrots, in this case $840. The firm's profit is total revenue minus total cost, so $1,200 minus $840. The firm is making a profit of $360. Another way to back into total profit is total profit will also equal price minus average cost times the quantity. So as we said, the price is $2. The average cost is $1.40, so the farmer is really making 60 cents of profit per pound. 60 cents of profit per pound over 600 pounds of carrots gives us a profit of $360. If you want, you can visualize the area of profit as this rectangle here. The area of this rectangle, width times length, would also give you a profit of $360. Okay, moving on. To recap, the perfectly competitive firm doesn't set price. Its demand curve is horizontal at the price determined in the market. The perfectly competitive firm sets output by producing where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, or price equals marginal cost. This condition here is what maximizes the total profit. All right, that's it. I hope you found this video helpful.